Hi everyone, I am Miscellaneous, formerly known as Eleni Mata, and this is my weekly review of The Artist's Way. I wanted to do things a little bit differently for this video. Instead of diving into what I was learning within the book and what tasks were there and what the challenges were, I decided that I'm going to do this video focused on all the creative things that I did this week. Because even though this is really interesting to dive into the book, you should just buy the book and just do it yourself. It's incredibly affordable. I got it on Thrift Books. I paid $9 and it came to me within like 2.5 weeks. 10 out of 10 recommend. And the book is not mine to talk about, so I'm not going to talk about the book. What I feel like is most important is the work that I am producing because of my work that I'm doing with The Artist's Way. So sit back, relax, and here are the 3 creative things that I did this week that I want to share with you. First, I just want to give a shout out to myself for taxes. Taxes was the first thing that I did, and it was my biggest goals for January and February is take all of my W-2s that came in and start scanning them into my computer so when I get my tax appointment ready to go, I'm ready to go. As an actor, as a performer, I do different jobs throughout the year, so I get multiple W-2s when it comes to tax season, and I wanted to prepare myself this year, so I scanned all of them. Not exactly creative, but creative administration. So I give myself huge props on that one. Next is this salsa song arrangement. I'm going to be performing at a fundraiser in a few weeks, and the prompt was to perform anything that I wanted as long as it dealt with women empowerment. And I thought, why not create an original song? It is empowering Latino business owners and Latina women in my hometown and all the amazing work that they do to uplift the community. So I thought, what better genre than salsa? I love salsa. I love dancing to salsa. And when I was doing research on old salsa songs, specifically focusing on artists like La Lupe and her time, how many women were featured in salsa songs and how empowering it was to listen to these women in these songs. What I love about composing is just having loops. Loops have saved my life, and using loops actually made me realize how much I love musical composition and musical arrangement. I would say that it is composition because a lot of the times I'll take the loops and I will chop them up and rearrange them to be something else. Or I will take the loop and I will go into the piano roll and I will completely change it into something that feels more aligned with what my inner source is like feeling that day. In total, I have 12 lines with instruments featuring trumpets, trombones, a bass, the claves, the cowbell, congas, our string ensemble, and then the piano. This was a lot of fun to make, and I was able to time myself for an hour to create the skeleton, and then I timed myself for another hour the next day to finish. The next thing that I have to do is just create a sting at the end, just to make it that final blow of the song, and that is something that I cannot find in a loop, so I know that I have to create myself. Number 2 creative thing that I did this week was arrange an EP. I started looking at all of my songs that I've made within the past 2.5 years, and I noticed that there are 6 that are totally ready to be in a collection and for me to promote. So I am super excited to finally have a collection of songs that I have been working on to release to the world and promote and perform. I will be titling it Miscellaneous after my stage name, after me, but also I think the songs are a really cool reflection of what I can do vocally, what I can do musically. Each one is different, but they do tell the story of my overall growth as a musician creating music in this realm. So I'm really proud of myself. Next steps includes creating a BMI and copywriting these songs. The third creative thing that I did this week was finish editing my interview that is going to be released tomorrow, and I'm really excited for it. It'll be released on Sunday, February 16th, and by the time I'm watching this or you're watching this, it's already out, so go check it out. It is an interview about the work that I put into making my dance performance to the song Motivo de Georgia. I really love doing these 2-camera interviews. It's one of my favorite things that I love to see with artists is just them sitting down doing a lyric breakdown of their song or doing a creative direction breakdown of their music video. It's one of my favorite things that I love to watch, and it was one of those things that I definitely want to do as an artist. So I filmed and edited this myself, and I want to release it out there because I'm super proud of it. I also think it's really iconic of me to just stay in my Snuggie because it was really cold that day and I didn't feel like getting dressed any other way, and I was so comfortable. But I kept my little red beret on to give homage to the video where I have my little red beret with my tights and my blazer. It's just so cute. And I did a quick recording using my iPhone as the A camera and using the Canon Vixia as my B camera. Then I just synced it and edited it using Premiere. Those are the 3 creative things that I did this week. And I just want to say week 5 of being totally in, like going into my creative self and really utilizing my inner source to guide me is quite the journey. I will say this a million times. Ever since starting the journey with The Artist's Way, I have been more aligned with myself. I have been wanting to explore my creativity. Right now, it's really just a matter of figuring out what my style is. I knew that I wanted to be miscellaneous way before starting The Artist's Way, but now that I'm delving into these tasks and this exploration of myself, it just makes a lot more sense for me to lean into this side of myself creatively. So I'm really happy. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. And if you are going through The Artist's Way, I would love to hear how you're doing. I want to meet and communicate with other people going through it because it is a challenging journey, especially when you are a full-time mom and working a full-time job while still trying to balance all of your creative interests, especially if you're like me. My creative interests can change every single day. And when you are a team of just yourself, it can be really challenging to keep yourself aligned while trying to balance everything else. So if you are going through The Artist's Way, I'd love to hear from you.